It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's a brand new day, well, really evening, Monday evening, June 29th, the next to last day of June. How are we doing? The Geno Jones Show. I am live and in living color, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 6:30 p.m. Central Time, Chicago. Stand up. I see you, everybody, on Central Time, 4:30 on the West Coast. Shout out to LA, where the BET Awards happened last night, did their thing. Everybody on the West Coast from San Diego, San Francisco, Oakland, Bay Area, Las Vegas, up in Seattle, Portland, Oregon, 4:30. All right, Denver, Colorado, everybody on Mountain Time, 5:30. How we doing, everybody? Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. All right, let's kick the show off. Kick it off talking about Los Angeles. I just mentioned the BET Awards happened last night. Now, you know what's, all right, let me confess. When you hit the big 6-0, when you get right like around there, it's like the BET Awards, it hits a little different. You know, I mean, because back in the day, of course, rest in power, people like Frankie Beverly and Mays and Luther, of course, Michael Jackson, who will ever forget? Michael Jackson, who will ever forget when the BET Awards did a tribute to James Brown and Michael Jackson came out? And then, you know, we can bring it a little, you know, come a little forward now. I think about folks like Mary J. Blige, you know, Monica, Brandy, you know, Destiny's Child. It's a whole different vibe now. But it was good. If I had to give the BET Awards, now I didn't watch like every second all the way through, but what I missed, I went back and looked at the video clips. A solid beat. But the highlight for me, speaking of 60, shout out to Janet Jackson. That's all I got to say. Janet Jackson, who looks amazing. Man, listen, Janet's making 60 is like the new 40, 35, 40, because she looked amazing. She presented Teyana Taylor, who's had an incredible year last year. She presented Teyana Taylor with the Icon of the Year award. Teyana also won the Fashion Vanguard Award, the Best Video Director Award, and the Best Actress Award. Michael B. Jordan. Shout out to Michael B. Jordan. He won the Best Actor Award from the BET Awards. But Janet is the blueprint. All right, Janet is and was the blueprint. Everybody, Britney Spears, Madonna, you name it, any Christine, all these folks, Janet is the blueprint. I could even make an argument. Janet was really the blueprint for Beyonce. Now, I know the Beehive, I know y'all tripping and going crazy, which I don't really give a damn. But the truth is, Janet is the original blueprint. Now, Beyonce has become the blueprint for this generation. All right, but Janet was selling out stadiums and arenas, especially the Rhythm Nation tour that I had the pleasure to go to. That was really, I mean, her brother was still hot because Janet went on tour and did that Rhythm Nation album came out right after the Bad album by Michael Jackson and the Bad tour. So listen, Janet always gets props. And listen, I celebrate both. I celebrate Janet, I celebrate Beyonce. Just like I celebrated Michael Jackson, I celebrated Prince, I celebrated Luther, celebrated Marvin Gaye. I could go on and on and on and on. But what we are not going to do is not put respect on Janet's name. I'm always, because Janet is the blueprint, full stop, for everybody that came after her. Now, however you want to, you can rank it and say whatever you want to say, but Janet was the blueprint. All right. And you could just ask Teyana Taylor. Okay, ask all these R&B and pop stars who wanted to be Janet Jackson, who looked up to Janet when she was when they were little girls and Janet was doing her thing. So big shout out to Teyana Taylor, and Janet wasn't Ike. She won that same award some time ago. the Icon of the Year award from BET. So big shout out to Teyana Taylor, who was really overwhelmed. You could tell she was genuine. I love Teyana because Teyana, Teyana is just, she is herself. She is genuinely herself. There's nothing phony about her. What you see is what you get. She is original, authentic, real, keeping it 100, 1,000, whatever you want to say, but super, super talented. Sings, actress, choreographer, does fashion. Really talented sister. So shout out to Teyana. But man, just seeing Janet, she rocking that boy. That's I don't know, maybe she got rid of the dude. She got rid of her baby daddy, she was married to dude, the Muslim dude. I guess, because there was rumors that he was putting hands on her, and it was rumors that word got back to dude from Randy and them. It's like, she still got a whole lot. She got about 6 of us still alive, 5 of us at least. Well, this is actually even before Tito died. And Tito looked like he was about that action. Out of all the Jackson brothers that looked like they would whoop somebody's ass, Tito looked like he would be the first one to beat the shit out of somebody. Yeah, Tito looked like, so now I think, Randy's kind of filling that void because I hear Randy and Janet are real close. But yeah, so I don't think he wanted them problems. But Janet got up out of there. She's like, look, I'm a billionaire, dude. I don't need your money. I'm good. I got my son. I'm out. I'm out of here. So big shout out to you, Janet. Shout out to you, Teyana Taylor. Shout out to Leon Thomas. He won the best R&B award at the BET Awards. Man, he even beat like Chris Brown and Usher. So shout out to you, Leon Thomas. You did your thing. Kalani, she was the R&B female artist winner. She performed a song. I'm playing it on my radio show called Folded. So shout out to Kalani. She kind of, so she gave up the ghost. She really kind of let the cat out the bag because Kalani was one of the first winners. And she's like, oh, and I saw Janet Jackson. Little did we know that Janet was going to present the Icon Award to Teyana Taylor. And then Teyana said when she heard that, she got excited. She's like, what? That be Janet Jackson? I love Teyana. I love her. Because she's just herself. Some people are just, they are just who they are. Flaws and the things that make them great, because we all are flawed humans. But she doesn't care. She's like, look, this is me. Take me as I am. Love me or leave me. I ain't mad at you, sister. So do your thing. Maybe it was too much. Because she was married to a former NBA star, Amari Stoudemire. And that went side. Well, he became MAGA. So, I guess we figured out why you left his ass, Teyana, because he caping for like the MAGA cult. That's a whole nother story. I digress, so I don't even want to get into that. D'Angelo tribute, you had this new artist, Duran Bernard. This brother can really sing. He's got his own unique kind of energy and vibe and personality. I dig the brother. Because he's another one. I've seen him on social media. Actually, I think he even does stand-up too, so he's talented. But he is unapologetically himself. He don't care. He don't care what you think. He ain't trying to impress anybody. He's like, hey, look, this is who I am. So, dude, I respect that. Stand in it. Nobody can beat you being the best version of yourself. And Lauryn Hill said that last night also. Shout out to Lauryn Hill, not my daughter, but the singer. I'm going to talk about her in a second, but I want to go back to the D'Angelo tribute. So you had this new singer, R&B singer, this kid, Duran Bernard. The BJ the Chicago Kid, Ari Lennox did the tribute to D'Angelo. Even George Clinton was even a part of it, even though they didn't sing like D'Angelo. That was my only thing. They might have got an A. I gave them a B, a solid B for the BET Awards. That was my grade. They probably would have got an A if the tribute to D'Angelo, just because like his hits, they didn't sing. The tribute was like the B-sides. And look, I'm a big D'Angelo fan, so even a B-side song is cool with me. An album cut is cool, but they didn't do like Lady, Brown Sugar. It's like, you can't do a D'Angelo tribute and not sing Brown Sugar and let's see, you can't do Brown Sugar and Lady and How Do I Feel? It was called Untitled. That was a video when dude was a sex symbol, didn't have no shirt on, and women was throwing panties at the TV screen, and when he was on stage in concert. So, but you got, look, Brown Sugar, even if you got to pick one, you can't do a D'Angelo tribute and not sing Brown Sugar. It's just, you can't do that. So that's why BET, your grade was a B. I know sometimes you want to do something a little different, but sometimes you can go just a little too far. Overshoot the runway. And they overshot the run. I don't know whose idea that was, but it's like, it was cute. But you could have did all them other, I know you only got a certain amount of time, but you cannot do a D'Angelo tribute and not at least have somebody sing Brown Sugar. You want some of your brown sugar? Come on, man. Really. But I digress, all right? Now, speaking of, there was a tribute, but they honored Lauryn Hill. She got the, it was like for the Lifetime Achievement thing, Lauryn Hill, the tribute. And it was amazing. So they had Doechii and Lizzo. They had Queen Latifah, the sister Rhapsody. They had SZA, and then they had my man Common doing his thing. And then Lauryn Hill was so bad, so there was one song that they didn't have anybody to sing, and it was X Factor. Now, let me give you a little backstory. So Jill Scott was supposed to sing X Factor. Jill Scott, basically her doctor shut her down because Jill Scott has been out on tour, and she's been doing I think 2 shows a night, or she's been doing 3 or 4 shows a week. Bottom line was Jill Scott's doctor said, yo, what you're going to have to do, you're going to have to just shut it down, all right? Let them vocal cords rest. So Jill Scott apparently was going to sing X Factor. So my girl Lauryn Hill said, wait a minute, hold on. There's one song y'all didn't sing. Well, hold on, I got this. I'm sing my damn song myself. So she sang X Factor, and of course it was great, and it was beautiful because her daughter, so 3 of her kids showed up. They were part of the tribute. Selah, YG, and Zion Marley. And then Selah did a song. I can't even remember which one it was, but she sang a tribute, one of her mom's songs. It was beautiful to see. So shout out to Miss Lauryn Hill. No, look, no tardy jokes. I'm not even doing that tonight. No. And I'd love, if you didn't get a chance to see it, go back and watch it. The acceptance speech that Lauryn Hill gave, it was on point. It was absolutely, positively on point. Lauryn Hill, your acceptance speech gets an A, a solid A. Absolutely, my sister. One thing nobody can beat you doing is being the best version of yourself. That is one of my mantras on this show. I've been saying it for 5.5 years. All right, always bet on yourself. Always bet on you, because nobody can beat you being the best version of yourself. And I'm just paraphrasing. She just encouraged everybody to be the best versions of themselves. I agree. I say it all the time. I just want to take a moment here to say rest in heaven, rest in paradise, rest in power to the Queen Mother Khadijah Farrakhan, the mother of the wife of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and she's the mom to the Farrakhan sons and daughters. I had the honor to meet his sons and his daughters. Matter of fact, true story, a friend of mine I used to work with, I haven't seen in 30 plus years. He was a news anchor in Detroit named Frank Turner. We used to work, we all started off as like production assistants. I actually started off answering the telephones. You know, we were like production assistants in this newsroom in Chicago at WBBM TV. We talking about like the late 80s and all that. And Frank Turner briefly married one of Minister Farrakhan and Mother Farrakhan's daughter, Betsy Jean Farrakhan. And I'll never forget being invited to his home. At the time, he had a home in Beverly, in Chicago, the Beverly neighborhood in Chicago, and it was cool because his brother was nice, but coming in the house, even though they knew it was coming, they still make sure, it was all good. Hey, brother, look, I'm honored to be invited to the minister's home. So, and I had a chance to meet Mother Khadijah Farrakhan, just a beautiful woman, beautiful spirit, just nothing but absolute respect for this woman, and she was, she was the force. And she had like that quiet power. She didn't have to say much, but when she did, there was an old commercial, E.F. Hutton commercial. It's like Wall Street Company. When E.F. Hutton talks, people listen. I think it was E.F. Hutton. Well, when the Queen Mother Farrakhan spoke, folks listened. So rest once again, rest in paradise, rest in power, rest in peace to Mother Khadijah Farrakhan. She's 90 years old. And Minister Farrakhan is in his, I believe, early 90s, at least early 90s, close to mid 90s. So they've been together like for decades. So it was beautiful there in Chicago, as a matter of fact. Clive Davis' funeral was in New York City today. So a lot of famous people, from Alicia Keys, who he discovered and gave her a record deal, Bruce Springsteen, when Clive Davis was at Columbia. I'm sure Diddy would have been there, but he's still in jail. Dionne Warwick. So Clive Davis, complicated guy. I'll get into that later. Yes, complicated. Really launched a lot of careers. But folks, now folks don't care. It's like, hey, listen. We all are flawless. I mean, we all have flaws. Okay, none of us are infallible. We all see them. Now, I'm not caping for Clive Davis. As a record exec, he was able to recognize talent, but it's a whole long story. I'll save that conversation for a different day. So I will respect the man on this day that he was honored, and I'm sure they buried him today. So I will, just out of just common decency, because I was raised that way, I'll save the post-mortem for afterwards. But yeah, you're gonna see a lot. I can't wait to see the Clive Davis documentary. 50 Cent, you gonna do that one? Who's gonna do the Clive Davis documentary? The behind the scenes. That one. Because there's some folks, even India Ari, a couple days ago. She wasn't vicious or malicious, but basically she was just saying that Clive was not from an executive standpoint, he wasn't the best of people. I'll just leave it like that for today. You can go on and do your own Google search if you want to find out what India Ari said. But don't worry, it's a whole lot of people who's got a whole lot to say. There's been saying a whole lot since he died on social media. So like I said, we'll save that for another day. All right, please leave your comments in the comment section below. Yes, and the show is interactive, so when I'm on camera live, you can join the conversation in the chat room that's going on right now. And if you missed the show, so if you're watching the recorded version of this show, because I'm live Monday night, but you can please leave your comments in the comment section below. I'd love. I want to hear what you have to say. What's on your mind? They say, you feel froggish, leap. Say what you got to say. Say what you mean what you say. Say it with your full chest. Stand 10 toes down. Stand on it. Stand up in it. And say it. Whatever you got to say. That's right. Feel free. You don't agree? I want to hear what you got to say. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm the king of clapbacks. Okay? I got words for you. I do this for a living. Been doing it for a while, a long time. So I got you. But whatever you got to say, I'd love to see and hear your comments. So please leave your comments in the comments section below. Do that right now. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life today, tonight, tomorrow, whatever time you're watching. If you're watching me live Monday night, thank you for watching. Still afternoon out there in California on the West Coast, up in Seattle, Portland, Oregon, out in Vegas. So thank you for letting me be a part of your life. God bless each and every one of you, and especially you. God most of all. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show. We are live Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 Central Time, 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time, Denver, Colorado. Everybody on Mountain Time. 4:30 p.m. in the afternoon on the West Coast. Out there in L.A., Las Vegas, all up and down the West Coast, from San Diego to San Francisco, Oakland, Sacramento, Seattle, Portland, Oregon. That's how we get down. Hawaii is what it's about. 4:30 will be about what? Is it 2:30 or 1:30? I think 1:30. I think Hawaii is like 6 hours behind us. All right. So once again, leave your comments in the comment section below. Shout out to Allie Jones. Allie Jones is the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check her and her Lexi Jones collection out on Instagram or IG, LX.NCL_LX.NCL_. Shout out to Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist of the Geno Jones Show. You can check him out on Instagram. He's the CEO of Designer Cuts here in the Charleston, South Carolina Metro. Kel be cutting up, KELBECUTTINUP. I love you, absolutely, positively, unconditionally love you, you and me. 2 for Tuesday, tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 6:30 Central Time. I see you, Chicago, stand up. 4:30 out on the West Coast, everybody. Once again, leave your comments in the comment section. Please copy and paste the link. Click those thumbs up buttons for me now. Like, share, and tell everybody to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. I'd love to have you as a sponsor if you want to sponsor or run whatever kind of ads you have, like television ads, digital video ads, or video ads that you run digitally on these digital platforms. Reach out to me, Geno Jones Show at Gmail. That is how you spelled my name, Geno Jones Show, all one word, at Gmail. Now, you can also support the show and my media company. It's so important we support black-owned businesses. So you can support my media company financially via Zelle or Cash App. Zelle, use that same email address I just gave you, Geno Jones Show, all one word, at Gmail. Or you can Cash App. Now, Cash App, $Dad G Jones, capital D, lowercase a d, capital G J, capital G J, lowercase ONES, $Dad G Jones, Cash App, and Geno Jones Show on Zelle. Thank you, everybody. We love you. Thank you, everybody, for everybody's comments that joined the chat conversation in the chat room, and we'll see you live Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I'll holla!
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.